Hey everyone, how are we all doing? Okay, so before we get started, everything I say in this video is my opinion, mine alone. Please feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusions. With that being said, let's just dive into today's video, shall we? Okay, so I want to start this video by reaching out to some people. And I have a list here. Of course, we have Charlotte. I should say Charlotte on the web. Sunshinery, Josh J. Cox, Words Have Power, Little Red Y'all, Julie Virgo, T-Spiracy, JJ, and Christ Conflict. Now, I know you're all people who have spoken about Real Entertainment News. I'm going to go into this video saying this will be the last video I ever make about this guy. This will be the last time I ever speak his name. And I would like to reach out to everybody who makes videos on him and say, I think we should stop talking about him. As a whole, all of us. If you have anything left to say, make your last video, then block him. That's what I've been doing. That is what I'm doing right now. This will be the last time I ever speak about this guy. He is not worth my time. He's not worth my energy. And if we stop talking about him, he may go away. Or he may just disappear into the background. And then just end up being background noise. Now, I know you done a live stream last night, Little Red. I did come into it for a while and watch. And I think everyone in there were amazing. I saw that he really, really triggered Little Red. And I really hope you're okay. I hope you're all okay. Because he is a hard pill to swallow. But before I hang up my boots on him, I have a couple of things I want to say. Now, EKC People Suck did a live stream on Reel's channel. And I asked my husband what he thought of what they said. Now, I'm going to play for you what they said. And then I will respond with my husband's answer.
Moving on from Katie, I came into this community, I guess I would say February, right? February 2001, maybe January. I think it was more than February. And
Jesus Christ. 2000, did you just say 2001? I'm going to check that one again. One moment.
to this community, I guess I would say February, right? February 2001, maybe January. I think it was more than February. And
I did hear that right. So he has been rubbing people up the wrong way for the last 20 years. Wow. Now, if any bigger YouTubers have done this, half the stuff that he's done, half the stuff that he's said, they would have been gone. Wow. So he's been doing, let me just, I got this in my head and it's got to come out. He's been doing YouTube since 2001. He doesn't know how to block or unblock. He only just discovered Social Blade literally last week. and he has 1,000 subscribers. Why is that? Why does someone who's been on the platform for 20 years, apparently, now, I don't know if YouTube was running 20 years ago. I don't think it was. Honestly. I think someone needs to put down the drugs. Okay, let's continue, because I am really confused.
We can all admit.
I'm going to research that. I need to find that out, and I will slip something in to confirm it.
Most people's first interaction of the Real Entertainment News Lefty wasn't the most pleasant. Right? We can all admit that, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Well, with that being said, I have tried my best to right my wrongs, fix what I have done to some people, other people, I don't give a F about. F them, right?
Okay. All right.
There's been a narrative that has been spun, and
It's just too funny for words. It really is too funny for words. How pathetic. The crap that you've done, Ren. You can't fix. You can't fix the hurt that you've caused some of these women. Wow.
the narrative is that, number one, I don't listen, right? And I'm not. No, not that I'm not.
I disagree with that. Okay. No, I hear you, but I disagree with that.
Okay. You can still see me here, correct?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I'm messing around with my camera. I moved all my stuff back in there. I moved my office again, so I'm still playing with the particulars.
Okay, no, because my screen went out. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can still hear you.
Oh my God. So with that being said, there's a lady by the name of Words Have Eyes. Words Have Power. You may know her, you may not know her. She is a follower of Charlotte on the web. We all know that I don't like Charlotte on the web. That's Charlotte on the web. I'm saying that right here, right now. Aaron has nothing to do with what comes out of my mouth. I have nothing to do with what comes out of Aaron's mouth. But
No, but Aaron finds that very, very funny. Very funny. Pathetic. Now, let's talk about Aaron for a minute, shall we? When Charlotte was asking questions not so long back about who was threatening her, and it got really bad. Let me tell you, it got so bad. Charlotte went through absolute hell. Aaron said Charlotte was wrong for asking questions. But listen to this. Reverse it a little while back before that. There was papers that came out of Katie Joyce from the police station. And it was on Little Red's channel. And I remember this clearly. Little Red got hell for that. She had hell for it. Guess what? It wasn't Little Red who got the papers. Little Red read the papers, okay, but she didn't get them. That was Erin. Now, she was ready to go after Charlotte for something she did. Little Red lost subscribers. Little Red's lost friends. For reading out documents that Erin brought. But when Charlotte started asking questions, Erin didn't like it. Why is that? I think it's a good question. And even more recently, Erin made a comment about Charlotte and the fact that Renier had brought Charlotte up in his conversation. He tagged her in his post as he usually does, and Charlotte normally ignores it. Erin said there was only 2 sentences in there. I have proof there was more than 2 sentences. And I posted them on Erin's comments. I took everything out that was in relation to Katie Joy and just gave her the stuff that was on Charlotte and real life, police wife life. Sorry, I'm getting really confused here. 2 sentences. Let me show you what those 2 sentences look like. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. It makes me sick. But let's continue on to what I played for my husband.
My perspective, fuck Charlotte, period. Moving on. Now clear on that. This lady has said, along with a lot of other people, that I did not apologize for what I supposedly said in Charlotte's chat. Now, I don't know if you know what happened or whatever the case may be.
Just listen to something for 1 second. This is from a... I don't know what it is. I'll put it in and I'll carry on as I go.
Horrible, horrible, just unendingly horrible apology. I'm sorry that you experienced that. Not, I'm sorry that I did a terrible job. I could have done better. It's, I'm sorry that your experience wasn't what you wanted it to be. That's the extended version of what he just did. That's not an apology. That's an exit. But if you have somebody that apologizes to you like that, hey, I'm sorry that you aren't happy or that you did this or that you're feeling this and they're not apologizing for themselves, don't buy it. It's not an apology. It's
So, yes, he's an expert when it comes to body language.
But
Yeah, I
the reason I'm bringing this up,
recent time.
yeah, this is recent, but the reason I'm bringing that up
Okay.
is because I apologize. I said, I'm sorry you took it that way. And then I said, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say I'm sorry anymore. But a lot of the women, particularly from the Caucasian community, like to tell me you didn't apologize. So I want you to kind of help me understand what gives them the right to tell me what's an apology and what's not an apology if I'm telling you that I apologize.
Well, here's the thing. An apology, I think, it to some degree is subjective. So what you may consider an apology, I may not, or vice versa. Okay, so I think it's important.
Let me just replay that little clip for you, Ren, since Erin doesn't seem to understand what an apology is either.
Horrible, horrible, just unendingly horrible apology. I'm sorry that you experienced that. Not, I'm sorry that I did a terrible job. I could have done better. It's, I'm sorry that your experience wasn't what you wanted it to be. That's the extended version of what he just did. That's not an apology. That's an exit. But if you have somebody that apologizes to you like that, hey, I'm sorry that you aren't happy, or that you did this, or that you're feeling this, and they're not apologizing for themselves, don't buy it. It's not an apology. It's
Let's continue.
To take that into consideration. Usually, though, when you put it in terms like, I think of myself, okay, middle-aged, middle-class white woman. For me, if I'm going to say this, usually I either mean one of two things. Either I don't care, I'm not ready to forgive you, or two, I don't think you've apologized enough. That's usually one of the two. But I can't speak for them. I don't know how they mean it. I'm just saying it. That's how I think I would mean it. That being said, I do know that, I believe I know the chat in which you're referring. And I did read your comments that you sent in the chat. And I'll be honest.
They were vile. Let me just answer that for you a minute, Erin. They were vile. Nothing short of, but vile.
They were kind of messed up. However, and I will say this. The thing is when it comes to men, and this has nothing to do with, this is all men.
The thing is. Why are you getting stuck in your words there, Erin? Could it be that you're about to patronize all men?
A lot of men had a hard time understanding exactly what certain actions mean and how things can be wrong. And it's, they can't.
And how things can be wrong.
We can't expect them to learn it on their own, okay? Because it's them learning shit on their own that got them to that place to begin with, okay? So we have to be willing to take the time and educate them, you know? And that's just the way it is. I'm sorry. But so even though I don't agree with anything you said there in that chat, obviously, and I even take issue with it, I'm not going to write you off or any shit like that.
So I played that to my husband. And I did ask him to come on and speak about it. Let's just say the air would have been blue. They need educating by a woman. They got there themselves by where they're... I played that to my husband, and he was so insulted. I played that to my father-in-law, who was a father to 5 boys, 2 girls, 7 kids. And what he said to me was, if my sons spoke to people the way that this guy did, they wouldn't have a leg to stand on. And I can 100% say that my father-in-law raised his boys to, 1, be gentlemen. 2, treat women with respect. If you want them to respect you, then you respect them first. Me and my father-in-law get on amazing. He's wonderful. My husband and I teach our children respect. If any of our children came out with the words that he has, we would be down their throats. They would have been educated. This guy has a sewer for a mouth. My husband could not believe what Erin said about men. I can't believe how Erin is speaking about men. If anybody, and I'm going to reach this out to any parent now, if you teach your child, your daughters, that is how men are, then I'm sorry, but you have failed. You have failed as a mother. Full stop. If you teach your children that is acceptable behaviour, then what are you teaching them? So when your daughter comes home with a man who disrespects her, and probably behind the scenes, he's probably beating her on the sly. Because if you could speak that way about women, how are you in person with them? So have a think about that. And I pray to God that nobody says this to their daughters. They get to this point by being on their own and not knowing on their own or learning on their own, whatever. Ladies, gentlemen, teach your daughters to find partners who will love them, respect them, and never treat them like they're worthless pieces of crap, because they are not. And to the same ladies and gentlemen, teach your sons to be gentle, kind, caring, considerate, and that it is not acceptable to say the things that comes out of this guy's mouth. Because I would never want my daughters to meet a man who thinks it's okay to say the things that he's said, posted the things that he's posted. As I said, this today is the last time I will ever speak about that guy. He is not worth my time, and he isn't worth yours. So I'm asking you all, if you have anything left to say to this man, say it. Then delete him and block him. He is not worth our time. He is not worth our pain. And I am not the only one here who is a survivor of the things he's talking about. I know that. I see that. But that's what we are. We are survivors. We are stronger for what we've been through. We are stronger than that. And when he was complaining about people calling him an apologist, that's exactly what he is. That is exactly who he is. And if he spoke to people in the streets the way he speaks to people on the internet, yeah, nobody is going to tolerate it. No one. I am done talking about that guy. He is blocked. and he will stay blocked. Okay, so moving on. What on earth is going on in the world with Catherine Paulson? So, I was looking through Twitter and I came across this image right here. The number of lawsuits I have, FYI, 0. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ain't we in for some fun and games? She's gonna think that she's untouchable now. Completely and utterly untouchable. And along with that, she was on the Onision documentary. Now, I'm going to slip in a picture right by here. She claims that she didn't know she was on there. But she couldn't wait to post a picture of herself on there, could she? Just my opinion. And then Mr. Saltz, as you all know to be Tati's lawyer, made a post, and I'm going to put that in a moment. Minneapolis has a beautiful courthouse. Due to parties' ongoing mediation efforts over the last few days, we will not be seeing the inside of it. Let me just add in there the screenshot of that and the comments that came with it. She is eating it up. There are people who are asking Michael to go on Emily D. Baker's channel. And as you can see, Catherine thought she could answer for him. It's already starting. It's already begun. So, the end of court hearing. Because, you know what? I'd been on her channel a couple of days ago. Yesterday, actually. And I'd noticed that she had completely shut down Katie Joy Live. And I'm led to believe that she'd refunded people's memberships too. Quite the surprise. Didn't know Catherine had it in her. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. And get ready for the shit show. Because there is going to be a shit show. So, thank you everyone for watching this video. Have a wonderful morning, day, night, wherever you are in the world. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye.